Listen to me carefully, because what I'm about to tell you right now is going to change your damn life. And if you're not paying attention, you're losing money. Literally, every second that passes without understanding what's happening in the world of cryptocurrencies, you're letting others get rich while you stand on the sidelines watching like spectators in the biggest game in financial history. I'm Jordan Belfort, and if you don't know who I am, then you've been living under a rock. I built an empire on Wall Street, made more money than most of you will see in 10 lifetimes, and yes, I made mistakes. But you know what? Those mistakes taught me more about markets, human psychology, and money than any Harvard MBA could ever teach you. And now we're in the middle of the greatest financial revolution since the invention of the modern banking system: Bitcoin, Ethereum, cryptocurrencies, blockchain. These aren't just buzzwords to impress your friends at a cocktail party. They're the realization of something that visionaries have been predicting for decades: the total democratization of money. Let me explain something the banks don't want you to know. The financial system we know, the one you blindly trust every time you deposit your paycheck, is a house of cards built on promises, debt, and let's be honest, an obscene amount of manipulation. When you deposit $1,000 in your bank account, do you know what the bank does with that money? It doesn't just sit there waiting for you to withdraw it. Oh no, my friend, the bank takes your $1,000 and lends it out 9 times over. It's what we call the fractional reserve system. For every dollar you deposit, they only keep 10 cents in reserve. The rest becomes loans, mortgages, risky investments. And who assumes the risk when everything goes to hell like we saw in 2008? Exactly you, the taxpayer, the average guy who just wanted to keep his money safe. But Bitcoin is different. Bitcoin is the answer to all those nights you've woken up wondering if your money is really safe. Bitcoin is decentralized, which means no government, no bank, no Wall Street broker can manipulate it at will. When Satoshi Nakamoto, whoever that genius is, created Bitcoin in 2009, he didn't just invent a digital currency. He created a declaration of financial independence, a manifesto that says, we don't need intermediaries. We don't need central banks printing money every time they have a problem. We don't need institutions telling us what we can do with our own money. Bitcoin has a limited supply. Only 21 million Bitcoins will ever exist, period. There's no way to print more. There's no way for some bureaucrat in Washington, D.C. to decide we need economic stimulus and print another $1 trillion, diluting the value of your money. Do you understand the beauty of this? It's pure digital scarcity. It's gold, but better. Because you can send it across the world in minutes without any bank charging you exorbitant fees or making you wait 3 business days. And here's the part that really excites me. We're still in the early stages of this revolution. When I talk to people about Bitcoin, it's like I'm talking to them about the internet in 1995. Most people don't get it. They think it's a passing fad. They think it's for criminals or tech nerds. But let me tell you something. That's exactly the same shit they said about the internet. Who's gonna buy things online when you can go to the store? Who's gonna send emails when you can call on the phone? And look where we are now. Now, let's talk about the current economic situation, because this is crucial to understanding why Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies aren't just an opportunity. They're a necessity. Governments around the world have been printing money like it's confetti at a New Year's party. The Federal Reserve, the European Central Bank, the Bank of Japan, they've all been running quantitative easing policies, which is a fancy way of saying printing money out of thin air. And what's the inevitable result of printing money without backing? Inflation. Your savings are worth less every day that passes. That money you've been carefully saving for your retirement is losing purchasing power while you sleep. But here's what's interesting. While inflation devours the value of fiat currencies, Bitcoin has become what many call digital gold. It's a store of value, a hedge against against inflation. A way to preserve your wealth when governments are hell-bent on destroying the value of their own currency. And I'm not talking theory. Look at what happened in countries like Venezuela, Argentina, and Turkey. When their currencies collapsed, what did the smart people do? They ran to Bitcoin because Bitcoin doesn't answer to corrupt politicians or incompetent central banks. Now, this is where I need to be brutally honest with you, because if there's one thing I learned from my time on Wall Street, it's that the truth always wins in the long run, even if it hurts in the short term. The cryptocurrency market is volatile, extremely volatile. I've seen Bitcoin go from $3,000 to $69,000 and then crash back down. I've seen fortunes made and destroyed in a matter of weeks. And if you don't have the stomach for that, if you can't handle watching your portfolio drop 50% without panicking, then maybe this isn't the game for you. But here's the thing, volatility is the price you pay for being on the ground floor of the greatest technological and financial revolution of our generation. Those who invested in Amazon in the 90s also saw 90% drops. But those who held firm, who understood the long-term value, those are the ones driving Lamborghinis now. And Bitcoin isn't alone. We have an entire ecosystem of cryptocurrencies. Ethereum, which is enabling smart contracts and decentralized applications. Solana, Cardano, Polkadot, each with its own value proposition, its own vision of how the financial future should work. But you need to educate yourselves. You can't just throw money at anything that sounds promising. The crypto market is full of legitimate revolutionary projects, but it's also full of garbage, pump and dump schemes. Scammers who would make my old operation in Stratton Oakmont look like a Girl Scout club. Here's what really excites me about the current situation: institutional adoption. When I started talking about Bitcoin a few years ago, the institutionals laughed. The big investment banks, the hedge funds, the corporations, they all thought it was a joke. But now, MicroStrategy has invested billions in Bitcoin. Tesla bought Bitcoin for its balance sheet. PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, they're all integrating cryptocurrencies into their platforms. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, has launched a spot Bitcoin ETF. You know what this means? It means validation. It means the biggest players, the most sophisticated in the financial game, have done their due diligence and concluded that Bitcoin isn't a passing fad, it's the future. And when these institutional giants enter, they bring liquidity, they bring credibility, they bring trillions of dollars in capital that were sitting on the sidelines waiting for the right moment to enter. But Bitcoin is just the beginning. Let me tell you about something that's really going to blow your minds. Decentralized finance, or DeFi. Imagine a world where you can get a loan without needing a bank, where you can earn interest on your savings much higher than the measly 0.5% your bank gives you, where you can trade, invest, lend, all without intermediaries taking a piece of every transaction. That's DeFi. It's financial protocols built on blockchain that eliminate the middleman. And I'm not talking about the distant future. This is happening right now. There are billions of dollars locked in DeFi protocols at this very moment. Why should you pay a bank to hold your money when you can put it to work in a DeFi protocol and earn real yields? Why should you pay exorbitant fees to intermediaries when you can make peer-to-peer transactions directly? Now, because I respect you, I'm going to give you the other side of the coin. There are risks, real risks you can't ignore. Regulation is a double-edged sword. On one hand, regulatory clarity could bring more confidence and more institutional capital. On the other hand, heavy regulations could stifle innovation. Governments around the world are struggling with how to regulate the space, and some of their decisions could significantly impact the market. Security is another concern. Yes, blockchain is secure, but exchanges, wallets, users aren't always. I've seen massive hacks. I've seen people lose fortunes because they didn't properly protect their private keys. And then there's technological competition. Bitcoin was first, but that doesn't guarantee it will be the last. technology evolves. What's revolutionary today could be obsolete tomorrow. So how should you approach this? Here's my advice, free of charge, because I care about your success. First, educate yourselves. Don't invest a penny until you understand what blockchain is, how Bitcoin works, what differentiates Ethereum. Read, research, ask questions. Second, only invest what you can afford to lose. I know this sounds conservative coming from me, but it's the truth. The crypto market can be brutal. Don't put your mortgage money here. Third, think long term. Don't be traders unless you really know what you're doing. Most people who try to time the market lose money. Buy, hold, be patient. Fourth, diversify within the crypto space. Don't put everything in Bitcoin. Have some Ethereum, maybe some solid altcoins with real use cases, but have a solid core of established assets. Where are we headed? I see a future where cryptocurrencies aren't the alternative, they're the norm. Where your salary is paid in stable coins, where you buy your coffee with Bitcoin through Lightning Network, where your mortgage contract are smart contracts on Ethereum. I see CBDCs, central bank digital currencies coming into play, but competing with decentralized cryptocurrencies instead of replacing them. I see Web3 transforming how we interact online, giving us real control over our data, our digital identity, our virtual assets. I see NFTs evolving beyond digital art into practical applications, property deeds, educational credentials, digital identities. And I see early adopters, those who had the courage to get in when others were afraid, rewarded beyond their wildest dreams. So here's my final message to you. This is your opportunity. Don't waste it. Don't be the people who 10 years from now say, I wish I had bought Bitcoin when it was at $40,000, or I wish I'd understood cryptocurrencies earlier. The train is leaving the station, but you're still in time to get on board. Yes, there will be turbulence. Yes, there will be moments of doubt, but the greatest fortunes are built when you have the courage to bet on the future before it's obvious to everyone else. Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies represent more than just an investment opportunity. They represent freedom, financial independence, a rejection of the status quo of institutions that have failed time and time again. So get out there. Do your homework. Start small if you need to, but start. Because in the financial future being built right now, you can be participants or you can be observers. And I don't know about you, but I didn't come this far to sit in the stands. The question isn't whether cryptocurrencies are going to change the world. That battle is already won. The question is, are you going to be part of that change, or are you going to be left behind? The power is in your hands. Use it wisely. Now get out there and conquer the damn world.